Dog crimes. A footballer saves a seagull, an underground plane. Hello, this is a new edition of Only Funny News. I've selected the most interesting and funny news stories of the week for you. Let's get started. Number 1. A dog littering. Can a dog get a fine? Surveillance cameras in an Italian city captured a dog throwing out a bag of trash over and over again. Italy has strict littering regulations. Authorities believe the owner deliberately trained the dog to litter far from the house. However, the owner was still identified and fined. A similar situation occurred in the US, where an owner trained a dog to steal packages. Number 2. 7,000 hacked robot vacuums. A Spanish engineer tried to link his new DJI Romo vacuum to a PlayStation 5 gamepad for easy control, but instead gained control of 7,000 robot vacuums in 24 countries. He wrote the remote control app himself and was shocked to discover it began communicating with DJI servers and had access to over 7,000 vacuums. He could use the IP address of any vacuum to determine its location and gain remote control. He could even drive it into other people's apartments. The engineer reported this to the media and also wrote to DJI, the manufacturer, about the security issue. Well, I won't be turning on my vacuum for now. Number 3. An underground plane. A British man bought a plane to bury in his garden. The Boeing 737 part cost him just over $5,000. The plane would make an excellent nuclear bunker. This way, the man saved money on bunker walls and insulation. How about this idea for a shelter or home? Number 4. Looks like something's brewing. Someone recently bet $500,000 on Jesus' second coming before 2027. The odds of Jesus' return on the Polymarket website doubled. If he wins, he'll receive over $4 million. I wonder who would bet that much money on this, although I have a hunch. Number 5. AI is getting dumber. Scientists conducted research and found that the longer an AI conversation with a person continues, the dumber the AI's responses become. They discovered that the quality of answers drops by 15%. The problem is that AI generates responses in advance, tries to anticipate what the conversation will be about, and adds many unverified assumptions to real facts. All of this becomes a problem when people start blindly trusting AI responses and fail to double-check the information. School and university teachers are especially sounding the alarm. Number 6. A football player saves a seagull. During the final of an amateur football match in Turkey, the ball struck a seagull directly during a cross, and the bird immediately fell onto the field. The team captain ran over to it and began performing CPR. His efforts worked and the bird regained consciousness. It was then handed over to the medical staff. In the end, the team lost the match, but they weren't upset because of the emotions from saving the animal. Number 7. Anoi. A Brit flew to New York to save money. A British gamer traveled to New York to buy 10 28TB SSD drives and saved £2,680. Component prices in the UK have spiraled out of control, rising by 40 to 50% in recent months. He decided that personally buying 10 28TB drives in the Big Apple and flying back home would be cheaper than ordering them in Britain. However, upon returning home, he realized he had miscalculated and would have to pay an import tax that wiped out all the savings. Number 8. A bear took 400 selfies in one night. While checking a camera installed in a forest in Colorado, USA, Wildlife Department staff discovered that the device had not been idle. It turned out that the camera caught the attention of a bear who, while examining the strange object, somehow managed to take 400 close-up selfies in a single night. The department employees joked that the animal's funny stunt reminded them of some young people who take dozens of selfies, only to later delete the unnecessary ones and keep the photos where they look their very best. Number 9. The final at the Olympic Games deeply upset Canadians. They lost to the Americans with a score of 2-1, and the USA won Olympic gold for the first time in 46 years. Canadian fans were very disappointed and recorded their reactions. One of them was so furious that he chainsawed his own TV. Right after the victory, the FBI director stopped by the American team's locker room. Donald Trump also called the team to congratulate them, but the players couldn't hear half of what he said because of the loud celebrations. Who were you rooting for? Number 10. In England, the most ridiculous robber was arrested. A 50-year-old man broke into a gas station at night through a ventilation shaft in the roof. But after robbing the station, he couldn't get back out the same way. He tried 4 times, completely trashing the place in the process. Eventually, he got tired and decided to leave through the front door, setting off the alarm. He was arrested shortly after. During questioning, he asked for some water and then spilled it on the table. Whether it was clumsiness or an attempt to deliberately damage the laptop with the surveillance footage is unclear. But he ended up soaking only himself. The court decided he didn't pose a serious threat and sentenced him to just 6 months in prison. That's all for this week. Let us know which news story you found the funniest. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episodes. See you.